X's and O's with LeRoy Butler. Now, here's Tom Silverstein.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to X's and O's with LeRoy Butler. And we're here after the Packers' close victory over Jacksonville. And
stop saying that.
All right, whatever. And as we mentioned in 5 questions, we wanted to look at a run play where the box was loaded. And why don't you explain, we'll go to this photo and explain what that means when there's 8 men in the box or a loaded box. Can you sort of give everybody an idea what that is?
Exactly. I think for the most part, you Aaron Rodgers, you see both your corners on their side, so it's pretty much a zone. But the good thing about a defense, you're thinking you got a 4-3 front in every gap. You got a guy in every gap, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Every gap is covered. So no way possible you should get a run out of this. Jacksonville came in saying they wanted to stop Aaron Jones, okay? But, Tom, whenever you bring in a bunch of receivers like this, you invite more guys in the box. But that's what the Packers want. The reason why they say, well, why would you say that, LeRoy? Because it gives them a better angle to block here because you're trying to get out on the perimeter.
Yeah.
If you space it out, if these guys are spaced out, now you take guys you may take another guy out of the box, but you will also want to motion a guy in to do what we call a crackback block. So basically the bunch already gives you a crackback block to make sure you get around this 8-man front. It really is a nine.
Now, you mentioned that. Look at Equanimeous St. Brown, and you see his arm back like that.
Yep.
He's signaling to Aaron Jones, I believe, that he's going to block inside, that he's not going to take the linebacker. Maybe. Is that what you think? I mean, he's giving some sort of signal there.
Well, I think you're exactly right on the angle just to read it, or he could be letting Aaron Rodgers know that, that the keep on. But we're giving St. Brown a lot of credit here.
Yeah.
Though he went to Notre Dame, so he's letting Aaron Rodgers know you can keep it on, keep the run on instead of going to pass because these guys are in a zone. If they're in a man-to-man. For some reason you thought that, you would probably do a lot of play action stuff, which then in your film study would say this would be Sternberger if you're on offense. If that's Sternberger, I'm yelling that's play action or bootleg because he's the bootleg guy. But with this bunch in there, it's a lot of conversation going on. And once you see his block, what you said makes a lot of sense.
Okay, so this other corner is up too, and I'm guessing that it's because these guys always motion, and so if he's back here, it's not doing them any good if this guy motions, right?
And the good thing about Corey Linsley, one of the best in the league, he can count him and Aaron Rodgers to know the blocking scheme. They won't count him until he comes up on the line.
Okay.
If he's there, that's fine, because that's just an easy kick-out block. If you bring somebody over, you can kick him out.
All right. So let's look at the next one. Now, one thing that you see that it's going to be a toss play, but the part that's really impressive are these 2 cut blocks.
Yes.
Just taking the backside completely off. And what does that do?
Oh, my goodness. By David Bakhtiari, who just congratulations to him signing a new contract. Him and his wife, Frankie, will be happy. So he's one of my favorites. I'm happy that he's going to be here for the next 4 years. But if he doesn't get this block, you've seen guys run this play down. So this block is paramount. And also the tight end block backside, I think that's Tunya. You got to get these guys cut. You remember when we used to play the Denver Broncos and they would do that, Tom?
Yep.
Cut backside. Yep. That frees up Jenkins to go and cut this guy off, Miles Jack. Now, Corey Linsley, who I think is playing a Pro Bowl level, he has to have his head on this side to make this work. Then after that, St. Brown is the key to this.
Yeah.
I've seen guys come through there and force Aaron to take a bigger turn, and all your pursuit just comes in. And now you see Billy Turner, that's the reason why he signed. He's very athletic. he can get out here. And by the time you're in your bunch, Devontae Adams has a very nice angle here. And then Lucas Patrick, who's also having a great year, he got a great angle. And I'll let you talked about this when we were off air, some things he did. And I want you to talk about that on the next slide, because he did some stuff that really made this.
Yeah. So he's going to make this block on 47 right here, but it's going to push 47 this way towards Aaron Jones.
Yeah, and that's one of the things the coaches tell you: take him wherever he wants to go.
Right. You know, and
Aaron Jones, you would like to get him just pushed back over here to open up that alleyway. But if he wants to go this way, Tom, take him over there.
Yeah, and so
that's beautiful.
Here we see the everything developing, and what you see is St. Brown essentially took out 2 guys there, right here, and that allowed, if I can get my cursor going, there we go, 2 guys. Turner's out here looking for nobody, and here's Patrick on that linebacker, and here's Elton Jenkins cutting.
Here's Elton Jenkins,
Miles Jack,
because that's their best player at 44. So yeah, that's a great block.
Yeah, it really is. And then we come to this, and
that's awesome.
This is what you were talking about. You know, take him where he wants to go, and then finish him off. And that's what Patrick did.
There's your alley right there, Tom. And then again, this guy here, you don't really need to block him. He's outside where you want to go.
Yeah.
You can go back real quick if you can. If you can go back to the first picture, and then I don't know if you're a fan, you're thinking, how did they get 20 yards on this play? And let me clean this up real quick so you can see it. If you pretty much see these guys with all of these guys up here, you know, all of these guys up here, and it's the blocking scheme, Matt LaFleur and the coaches. And you got to get a lot of credit, because again, if you freeze frame that, there's no way you're thinking he can get, 4 or 5 yards on this at the best. So you have to give the offensive line coach a lot of credit. People like that we don't give enough credit to. But I think the offensive line and the blocking, St. Brown, I know wide receivers, if you don't get all these gaudy catches, people think they're not doing a good job, but that's why we have X's and O's. He's doing a great job on this, very unselfish.
Yep, and we just see the progression there.
Yeah, that's nice.
And there's the play. All right, so from the good to the bad.
Uh-oh. Now, full disclosure, fans, I don't pick bad plays. Tom does.
Yeah, whatever.
I did not want to see this punt.
All right. So we're going to look at this punt that results in a 91-yard touchdown return, which is pretty bad. Yeah. So we start out, and this is a typical formation, except that Jacksonville has these 3 guys, and instead of blocking, they're going to bail out for blocking purposes, correct?
Exactly. They're trying to set up an inside wall. And now remember, this is on the hash. So I don't know if they directional kick, but maybe we'll get that ball over here, because these guys got to spread out when they run down. Everybody has to spread out. Mm-hmm. Remember, you got Jamal Williams in there. You got Raven Green in there. You got Ty Summers. You got
Burks over there.
You got some pretty good guys in there you think that are good tacklers.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's the thing about it. This drives coaches just absolutely nuts. But the next picture, you'll see, this is something you just never can see. I mean, never need to know. You need to have guys like this, and they got to hustle.
Right.
Remember, I told you the ball was on this hash.
Yeah.
You never want to kick it all the way over here, because everybody's over there.
Right. It's a bad punt from that standpoint.
And he outkicked his coverage.
But these guys still have the potential to spread out.
Yes.
There's nothing saying that, or, this guy way over here, they've got the contain. Henry Black does a really nice job on contain.
Yeah.
And he's pushing this guy inside where all his help is supposed to be, right?
Yep, exactly right.
All
Again,
right.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna put this on the punter a lot, Tom, but it has to be a directional kick over here.
Yeah.
If you're on this hash, why would you kick it over here? And look at all the guys on this side. Jacksonville, let me clean this up real quick. If you count the guys, Jacksonville has a guy here, a guy here, a guy here, and a guy here. And you tell, Cole, listen, you just got to beat the first guy down, and we have a lane for you.
Yeah, and you know what? I want to ask Sean Menenga about this, but remember those 3 guys who bailed out here?
Yes.
Maybe they were strong side, making it look like this was the place to kick it, and then them coming out and spreading out this way actually suckered them into kicking it over here.
Well,
I'd be interested to know.
I would love to see his answer, but I'll tell you this: if they thought those 3 guys knew you was gonna kick it here, they're sitting in your meeting.
Yeah.
It would make me think that I'm gonna kick to if I'm on this hash, I'm gonna kick it over here so my guys they're closer to the plate.
Okay.
But listen, you got to give Jacksonville a lot of credit. They schemed this up, so they must have saw something on film. Wherever you say, for the sake of argument, say okay, it's fine. We do kick it over here. They say no. Let me say this again. Say for the sake of argument, they do kick it over here. Say Cole is over here. They're still gonna tell him to bring it this way because those 3 guys already tipped you off and say we're coming this way to set up the wall.
Right.
Doesn't matter where the ball is. If he kicks it over here, it'll be difficult. If he kicks it here, we got us a winner. Without dinner.
All right, so let's watch what happens here with the Packers coverage. And I don't know if I've ever seen
look at this
coverage where there's 4 guys lined up on the hash mark.
That is beyond me. I mean, they don't even have anybody to block.
Right.
I mean, and then you got a poor guy here, like he got a guy walling him off. But again, I think it should have been a directional kick over here. If it wasn't, I mean, unless everybody was asleep in the meeting, I just don't get it. And sometimes the punter, Jay, man, I missed it.
Yeah.
Greg Hendrick was the best at that. He directional kick it exactly what we told him, and we would all go in that area. Again, look at the wall.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta guess.
Look at that.
We're just guessing, but somehow, he's got to be out here. That's Kamal Martin.
Exactly.
And I don't know what Raven Green's job is, but it's possible he's supposed to be out here.
He's a personal protector. He's kind of a free guy. He just goes to the ball.
Okay.
But these guys, Tom, they got to be over here.
Yeah. And because he kicked it low and deep, these guys can't get there in time.
No.
So we go to the next one.
And see, this the one you're thinking, okay, you gotta stay square up here, but you still gotta turn them in, which is fine.
Yeah.
These guys are all self-blocked. Look at this guy, he doesn't even have anybody to block. And look up here.
Yeah.
You got a double team up here.
Right.
So you never block the punter, and we'll show you why. But Cole, he was the MVP for the Jacksonville. This guy caught a touchdown. He caught a couple passes and a return. This could have been the difference in the game.
And Ty Summers is going to come running here, and he's going to just fly right by him.
Yeah.
Cole just puts a move on him. And we finally get to the last one.
Oh, man, that's the Matrix. That's the Matrix. How do you spell Matrix? I better not do that. I went to Florida State. But, hey, you got to attack this guy, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
That way he cuts back and Raven Green gets him right there and you line up again. These guys got to hustle, run. My favorite player, Jamal Williams.
I think you made a good point that Mason Crosby would have played this better.
Of course, he's a veteran. I mean, you got to attack that outside leg to make him either go out of bounds, or stop and cut back. Even if you make him jump over, you have to restart. Your brothers will get him.
Yeah.
Get him. Just make him stop. And he put the matrix on him. You seen Neo when he was avoiding bullets. He was flying back. Man,
off he went.
Film team. I mean, I know the coaches are just really upset.
All right. So hopefully that showed you a little bit of what they've got to correct before the Colts, who have a good special teams unit.
Yep. Fundamentally sound, very well coached team. And again, you can't give them anything though.
Right.
So we'll talk about it after the game. Hopefully it's a better result.
Okay. So you have yours.
Yep. The Jewelry Center, shoptjc.com, Pick and Save. Of course, Pick and Save. It's a Pick and Save everywhere, it seems like, in Kroger. Ivanhoe's Pub and Eatery in Racine. They got curbside. So if you want to call, get food before the game, curbside. You can order my game day brats and go pick them up, especially if you're in the Brookville area. As a matter of fact, we got a big special coming up for Black Friday this week and next week. And, of course, the Bullion book. You can find all that information on my website, LeRoyButlerInc.com. And this Saturday, please register, nlonline.org. If you feel like you're coming up short, it's okay. We got you covered. But you must register. Just drive up, pop your trunk, we'll put the food in, and you can keep it moving.
Yeah, I actually use the word brats in my Sunday column. On my column after the game. Yeah. And if you would have paid me a couple, $50, I would have put in there a LeRoy Butler brat.
That's why I always tell Bill Schultz, our executive producer, all the time talk about his money. That's why he's rich. I don't have $1 to give you.
I'm not rich because you never pay me any money. So anyway. All right. So
you're still my favorite.
We'll see you after the Colts game. Don't forget to check in with us live from Indianapolis on Sunday. Talk to you then.
Bye-bye.